Hey, Lighthouse for Life family, it is hard to believe it is already November 2024, and I wanted to share with you, we have recently at Lighthouse for Life come in partnership with an organization called Freedom Signal that has helped us to realize a little bit more of the magnitude of the fight against sex trafficking right here around us, because they helped us to put numbers to individuals in our area that are sold online. What we do is we give them some zip codes plus some radius, and then they come back and say, hey, this is how many we've identified. And I just want you to know that those numbers are in the upwards of 5,000, 9,000, and 11,000, depending upon the zip code area that we've presented to them. That's just a small taste of the reality of the fight that is currently happening around us. And we're not okay with that, and we know that you're not okay with that. One of the questions that we get asked all the time is, what can we do? How can we be a part of this fight? How can you help us to impact those numbers? Well, I'm sitting here today with Trey Hope, aka Bunkbed, for all of those out there in the F3 world. And he is just a living example of what you guys can do to be a part of this fight with us, because you guys not only asked a question, but you answered it. You actually came on board, and F3 has done a number of things for us in the past. They have helped us with actually building our shed that was out at our office property, so we'd have expanded storage space. They organized a rucking event last year that was a huge fundraiser to help us get the harbor property up and running. And then we actually had a coffee table that was made by an F3 member, Mike Kinsman, that is proudly being presented at the harbor and speaks to everybody who comes on that property of the many people who are part of this fight. But tell us a little bit more about the event that y'all just had for us.
Of course, yeah. So we were contacted by F3 St. Louis, who has been partnering with their charity partner who does work to combat sex trafficking called the Covering House, and they wanted to expand the event that they were doing all across F3 Nation, all the different F3 groups. So we had, on the week of October 6th through 12th, 32 separate F3 groups that participated in partnering with their local charity who combats sex trafficking to raise awareness and raise money for those groups by doing what we do best, which is encouraging other men to exercise and get out into our communities and spread the word about whatever it is that we're passionate about. So that week of October 6th through 12th, we set a goal for ourselves. We wanted to go around the world to combat sex trafficking. So we set a goal of doing a cumulative 24,901 miles of walking, biking, running, rucking, swimming, whatever non-motorized activity, as well as trying to raise the same amount of money for that. And it was really awesome during that whole week to see the outpouring of generosity from different guys in F3 who not only paid the registration fee for the event, but also gave additional money. And almost every single sponsor we had were members of F3 who run their own business or involved somehow in their business and were able to give to this wonderful organization that is Lighthouse for Life. So it was really awesome. Unfortunately, we didn't really make our goals. However, it was just awesome to see everything that happened. We ended up with a total of $23,901 raised, and then we ended up with 5,405 miles totaled between 169 people who participated and about 220 people who gave in some form through registering for the website or through personal donations. So we're hoping to do this again next year and hopefully meet our goals.
So what is really fascinating or amazing about this whole endeavor is this is the first year that F3 has done this on a national level. And I believe that there was about 33 organizations fighting sex trafficking that were represented. And yet y'all really stepped up to the plate. And I think we're number 2 nationwide in support of this. And so again, it's individuals who are saying, I don't have to do anything outside of my normal comfort zone. I can run, walk, and bike, what I love to do all the time. I can organize an awareness event so that bring in some speakers and bring it to my community. You invited partners, sponsors, community members to be a part of it that we don't have access to. And so they not only help fund the fight to where we can now provide the care for survivors on our end, but they invited so many more people in their network to join that fight as well. If you want to know some ways that you can help us and partner with us, please feel free to reach out. We would love to have a conversation with you. And together we look forward to reducing those numbers from the thousands and meeting every single one of them to the best of our ability here in South Carolina. Thank you.